Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to today's Daily Distinction. Really glad that you're here. Good grief, could I get any more logos up on this screen than what I currently have? We got the one there that's embedded, got the ones on the screen, got the one on the cap. I'm loving this Distinction Summit cap. That's why I've been working with it today. Anyway, we're very excited about Distinction Summit. Less than 2 weeks away. Almost on top of us. Stand out, earn more. The Distinction Summit coming up October 16th to 18th. Had another sign up this morning. Glad about that. Would love for you to be there. Just go to distinctionsummit.com. You get $100 off the registration with the code DISTINCT2020. Distinct 2020 gets you $100 off. If you haven't signed up, why not? Gosh, we've got such exciting stuff coming up for you. It's it's going to be an amazing event. I am so excited about it. We've got the program all lined up. It starts at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 o'clock Eastern on Friday, October the 16th. And Larry Winget will be speaking then. We've got Joe Calloway also on Friday. We've got Mark Sanborn coming up on Saturday. And we have Glenn Morshower, hopefully coming up on Saturday, Sage Steele on Sunday, Jason Bradshaw on Sunday, all just incredible experts with incredible information. So it's so exciting. We got so much going on. And obviously, here's how we're going to structure it. We're getting all the plans drawn up on it. And it's ironic I say that because it's going to be like a blueprint, and you're going to be building your distinction blueprint. Now, just like the blueprint for your house might look different than my house, the blueprints will end up differently. But obviously, there's a way that blueprints are drawn that's the same, regardless of whether you're building a house or an office building or whatever it might be. So we're creating that distinction blueprint, and we're going to be building on that. And as you learn about the blueprint, then you create your own individual blueprint that'll be the blueprint that you need to build your own distinction for your business. So it's really a neat process they're going to be taking you through. Really excited about it. So, hey, Ted, always great to see you. Happy Monday to you. Brian, all right, great to see you. And I love how you say that. It's our distinction community. I appreciate that. Hey, Jolene, were you traveling somewhere that I saw last night, or where are you? I noticed you checked in on the Ken and Glenn show with a guy named Scott. So I don't know where you were checking in. There's always room for one more logo. You can't overbrand, can you, Scott? Oh, and by the way, you asked a question, and they missed it yesterday, but the question about, the street being named for me, what ended up happening there in Crothersville is that the town board passed it and announced it, and it was in the newspaper. And then the Indiana Department of Highways would not permit the name change. How about that? So anyway, that didn't work out. But it meant the world to me that the town council thought of that. That was so cool. Susan, checking in for the United Kingdom. Great to see you. Holy cow, that is fantastic, Susan. So glad you are here. Whereabouts in the UK are you? I've had the privilege of speaking in several different places in the UK, and hopefully after all this subsides, we'll get another privilege to be in your country. Hey, Charles Coachman, great to see you. Happy Monday to you. And Ted, I know you're going to be there. I'm excited you're going to be there. So, Mike, it was great seeing you. Yeah, happy to do that. And I hope the call was of value to you and your team. It was really a privilege to be a part of that. Hope you enjoyed that. Jim, I'll tell you what, for folks that I'm giving away a little secret here. Thank you for asking it. The VIPs are going to get this. Matter of fact, they're supposed to be in today. We are getting these for the VIPs. So they can be wearing these during the Distinction Summit. So excited about that. And it's a deep dive. You bet. That's exactly what it is. See, Charles, you got that right. And the other thing, I've got to start every sentence saying, well, the Distinction Summit Chevrolet was really on top of it today. Well, then, good to see you. And Bruce, there you go. Got to learn to be yourself. Everybody is taken. That is it. Oh, Manchester. Oh, Blackpool. Oh, my gosh. That is so fantastic, Susan. Wow. That is beautiful. Well, hey, everybody. So glad that you are here today. And we're gonna talk about something today that is really, I got to admit, it's something that has bugged me for a long, long time. I've written about it, talked about it before, but this is something that has bugged me. First of all, this is from the book Good to Great by Jim Collins. And I will acknowledge to you, this is the biggest selling business book of all time. I wish I had a business book selling like Jim Collins sold. I'd take half of the sales of Good to Great at any point, and there is no business author that would ever tell you anything different. In terms of the success of this book and in terms of the sale of this book, it is without compare. So I say that up front. But I want to give you a quote from this book. And I want to explain to you why I think there's bad advice in this book, and particularly for entrepreneurs. And the smaller your business is, the worse this advice is, in my opinion. I started saying my humble opinion, but I guess, to get on a live stream and talk about it doesn't mean you're too humble about how you feel about it. So here's the quote. This is directly from Good to Great. It's written there, quote, leaders that go from good to great start not with where, but with who. Okay, think about what he's saying here for a second. That if you're a leader of any business, but particularly a small business, that where you need to start is who is on your team and who you were working with, not where you are and where you are going. Here's another quote from the book. He says, those that go from good to great, what he's saying is they start by getting the right people on the bus, the wrong people off the bus, and the right people in the right seats. So he's using, and he uses it several times in the book, it's the bus metaphor. So if your business is a bus, that getting the right people on the bus, in other words, the right employees, the right colleagues, the right people, getting the right people on your bus and getting the wrong people that don't fit in your company off the bus, that is more important than where the bus is going. Get the right people on the bus, the wrong people off the bus, and get the right people in the right seats. That is more important. The who is more important than the where. All right. May I respectfully say that there are many, many great ideas in that book, but that last thing may be the worst observation about business I've ever seen. It's ridiculous. On the face of it, it's ridiculous. You know why? Hey, you are taking time out of your day to stop what you're doing and watch what we're talking about in terms of building your business and creating distinction. You're the right person, or else you wouldn't be doing this. The wrong people don't take time to try to learn more. They just keep on doing what they're doing. Those are the wrong people, right? Okay, you are by definition one of the right people because you're right here. So my question for you is, would you get on a bus if you didn't know where it was going? You know that little sign they've got at the top, like where above the windshield, above where the driver is, and sometimes they'll have a sign there, that little sign that'll say where the bus is going. They did that a lot more years ago than what they do now, but they'd have that little sign, so if it was going to Chicago, there'd be a little thing at the top and say Chicago. And if the bus was going to Omaha, I'd say Omaha. Would you get on a bus that the sign on the top said, we have no idea where we're going? Oh man, let me get on that bus. The sign says somewhere, anywhere. Would you get on that bus? The right people would not get on a bus if they had no idea the destination. And by the way, if you don't know the destination, how will you know if the people are wrong? Look, if I'm building a high-tech, some kind of high-tech product company, let's say we're starting Facebook. that would be one set of people on the bus. If we were starting, we're going to manufacture cups, wouldn't that be another set of people that would be the right people? I mean, the right people to start Facebook wouldn't necessarily be the right people to manufacture a cup. So if you don't know where you're going, you don't know who's right and who's wrong. I love that, Bruce. Without a destination, your business. I love how you put the little bus there. That is so cool. Without a destination, your business is a hobby. Hey, Brian, great to see you. Thanks for joining us too last night. Glad you're here today. Thank you for that. I mean, how in the world are you going to get the right people on the bus? Much less in the right seats. I mean, he's even saying you get the right people in the right seats, but they don't know where they're going. How do you get the right people on the bus and in the right seats if they can't discern the destination? If they can't discern the destination. That's why, by the way, at the Distinction Summit, the first thing we're talking about, the first cornerstone of distinction is clarity. And we're going to do a deep dive into what clarity is and why it's so important and why it's so difficult in today's world, because it is so challenging to really create that clarity that people instantly know who you are and what you are. And that's why it's so critically important. Because not only in terms of customers, in terms of your employees, in terms of getting the right people on the bus. Yeah, Scott, what a great line. That is so true. Even if with the right people on the bus can still head over a cliff, which, by the way, as the leader, as the driver, kind of depending on you to keep it on the road. Well, Charles, you really don't want one. You've got all the wrong people on it. That's for sure. Many years ago, I was part of a company. We owned a bunch of buses, and it's an interesting business. But you know what? The bus needed to know where it was going to get the passengers there. Right? You got to know where it's going, and so that is so incredibly, incredibly important. We've got to have clarity about the destination, not just to attract the right customers to get on our bus and buy what we're selling, to get the right employees. And I don't care if you've got one employee or 1,000 employees, getting the right people is dependent upon the clarity of the destination and the clarity of what you do. What's Zig Ziglar's own line? You don't want to be a wandering generality. You need to be a meaningful specific. Don't be a wandering generality. Become a meaningful specific. So very, very important. Brian, great point. The first thing we all have to figure out is who we want to be, where do we want to go, and then we'll figure out the best and most efficient way to get there. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That clarity is absolutely the key. Yeah, I am speaking from experience when it comes to buses. Charles, no doubt about that. Hey, by the way, here's an interesting aside on this. So Collins took case studies of what he said were the 11 great businesses in the world. And this whole aspect about getting the right people in the right seats, this whole aspect about the bus was based on one of his choices for the 11 great companies of the world. Now, think about this. In the entire world, he said, these were the 11 companies that signified greatness. And if you would run your company, or if I would run my little business based upon this model, then we too could move from good to great. So where did this thing about the people on the bus are more important than where the bus is going? It was based on one of his great companies in the world. It was Fannie Mae, one of the significant culprits in the mortgage crisis that took down the U.S. economy 2007, 2008. In fact, of the 11 great companies cited in Good to Great, only one, Nucor Steel, could still be considered by any reasonable analysis, I would suggest, to be a great company. Most of them have been defeated by their competitors. There is, I mean, Philip Morris makes a lot of money, but if they create a product that kills their customers or damages their health, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't care how much money that you make if the output for many of your customers is that their health declines because you use their product. I don't care how much money you got. That's not a great company. But they're, some of them are bankrupt, some of them are, because that's not what you don't want to go from good to great. Brian, you're right. No roadmap, no nothing. Might as well be idling in the driveway, right? What we really want to do is go from great to distinctive. And how do we do that? We start with clarity. Clarity about who we are, about what we're doing, about where we're going. All of that is absolutely essential. So if you want to make that step, where you begin is being really, really clear about where you are, who you are, and where you're going. When you're clear about that, you will attract the right people to get on your bus. Hey, thanks everybody for watching today. I truly appreciate it. And if you just tuned in just a little bit late, don't forget you can get $100 off your registration at the Distinction Summit. Just use our code DISTINCT2020. Check it out. See all the guest speakers and learn more at distinctionsummit.com. I hope to see you there. And naturally, I hope to see you right here tomorrow for our next edition of Daily Distinction. Thanks everybody for joining. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thank you.